wasn't intending to make a video today. In fact, I have a Pathfinder campaign that I'm running in about an hour, so I'm just minding my own business prepping when I get a text on Discord from Phoebe Bain. They just send me two little words. Warframe, Starfinder. And I'm like, yes, those sure are both sci-fi fantasy settings. They'd be really cool together. And that's all she sends me. I'm like, what? So why now? What's going on? And so I go to Google, and I go and I type in Starfinder Warframe, and I click the news tab, and I see this article. Paizo's sci-fi D&D rival Starfinder is getting a module based on MMO Warframe. Yo, we are getting an official Starfinder Warframe collab. I want to go over this entire article talking about what this entails and what we're getting, and then I'm going to ramble a little bit afterwards about what this means for the future of Paizo as a whole, because I think this could really mean something big in the landscape of TTRPGs that has been desperately needed. I look like I'm insane right now because my hair is massive. You're welcome. It's very rare that I see a video game collaboration that I'm actually excited about. Once upon a time, there was a certain novelty to seeing Doomfist run around as One Punch Man in Overwatch 2, or watching Diablo 4's Lilith duke it out with Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty Warzone. Now, however, it's grown a bit stale. There's skin lines and new cosmetics, but it all feels a little surface level. I could not agree more. I was talking about this on stream the other day, about how weaponized nostalgia is really, really annoying, because things are just starting to be sold to you, so you can say, hey, I know what that is. It's SpongeBob! And then you pay them $25. But there's a light at the end of the skeptical tunnel. At Tennocon 2025, Digital Extremes announced that Starfinder is getting a brand new Warframe 1999 inspired module later this year. Maybe, just maybe, there are some good collabs out there after all. That's one thing you can't deny about Paizo. They don't just collab with anybody for no reason. They always have a purpose behind what they do. Paizo is really not this super monopolistic, capitalistic, money-grubbing monster like a lot of corporations are these days. Don't get me wrong, they still want your money. They're still a business trying to do business things, which costs money. That's why they sell products. But Paizo is never just like, yeah, I guess we're gonna make a SpongeBob adventure. Yeah, I guess we'll make a Rick and Morty adventure because Lamau. Thrusting you into the chaotic world of Warframe 1999, the MMOR last big update, you'll be able to play as 4 of the game's proto-frames, humans who, while infected with the same virus as Warframes, have retained their fleshy forms. There's the Hex's enigmatic leader Arthur and his second-in-command Aoi, as well as speed demon Amir and battle medic Letsia. Is this a bad time to say I haven't played Warframe in 8 years? Last time I played Warframe, you finished the main story, and then you spammed survival mode for 60 hours of gameplay. I wasn't even good at it, I just played Valkyr and went immortal on the survival and just stayed invincible for the entire game. So it's worth saying, I know nothing about modern Warframe. I don't know the story, I don't know what virus they're talking about, I don't know any of these characters, but that doesn't matter, because a lot of you do. I have a regular in my Twitch chat, twitch.tv/known@ones, who is always wanting to talk about Warframe, so the fact that they're now going to get to combine Starfinder and Warframe is probably like the best Christmas present they've ever received. The module tasks you with facing off against what appears to be the Corpus, a hostile merchant faction that scavenges old parts and resells them at a premium. It's a slight switch up from Major Rusalka and her Skuldra. God, I have no idea what these words mean. Warframe, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I've never played in like 8 years. And Digital Extremes is quick to highlight that the Starfinder module is not canon in any way. That's completely fine. A crossover, in my opinion, really should not be canon. It should not change the laws of the universe. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 3. This is a standalone adventure being released by Paizo, authored by them, and edited by us! Wait, that's sick! Wait, so it's not just them saying, whatever, you can just write a Warframe adventure and we'll sign it. No, it's being edited by Digital Extremes! That's awesome! They're probably gonna make sure they get the story right, the characters right, the universe right. That's the best way to do a collab because both sides are involved in the process. Community developer Connor Newman tells me in an exclusive Tennocon interview interview. It's very similar to a lot of the single 20 to 24 page publications that Paizo has released in the past, where you get a single 4 to 6 hour session, you have pre-made characters, an adventure with a beginning, middle, and end, all within the Warframe universe. That's completely fine. I love one-shots. I'll take a one-shot over like a mid-length campaign any day. If I'm going to play a TTRPG, I either want to aim for the 1 to 20 that fizzles out at level 7, or just hit me with a fun little one-shot where I get to do something cool outside the binds of a normal campaign. As aforementioned, you'll be playing as Arthur, Aoi, Amir, and Letty, but they have their own unique Protoflame classes that don't immediately slot into the game's existing roster. It's not as fleshed out as what a single class from Starfinder would be, but it kind of gives some inspiration for how you would make those mechanics and transfer them. I can't speak English, I'm too pumped, I wasn't ready for this. They have unique classes! Now, this isn't going to be like a 1 to 20 class option. I'm guessing you're going to get a character sheet with unique features unlike anything else you're going to get out of a Starfinder class, but that's still cool. You know what that opens up the world to? If people want to take these characters and keep playing with them or make characters like them, they have a foundation. They can build off on it. You can make your own expanded version of that class. This is sick, and I hope this sets a precedent actually for the future of possible Paizo publications. That was alliterative. For one-shots and short adventures based on collabs with other IPs, where the pre-made characters aren't just, oh, it's Superman and he's a fighter. No, you're playing as Superman and he's the Superman class. This is a really bad example, but it's all I could think of. I didn't script this video. I found out about this 11 minutes ago. So for instance, we've recreated shields from Warframe, where you take damage, but your shields recharge over time. And of course, there's bullet jumping. You've got to have bullet jumping. We had to translate that into a movement mechanic in the game that all 4 of these pre-generated characters have. From there, you can very easily copy and paste your own favorite Warframe and work with your DM to create and play your own fictionalized proto-frame within whatever universe you want. So we're getting such a great baseline features that are probably going to be across all the proto-frames, examples of unique abilities these proto-frames can do. I'm freaking stoked. The fact that they're taking, like, obviously Warframes, but also just the old school, like, Halo-style shields of you take damage, and then they slowly come back over time if you don't take damage fast enough. I've always wanted that idea in a TTRPG. It's cool. It's akin to like the stamina system of Starfinder First Edition. I'm into this. I'm loving this. I can't wait to check out how they handle this. As with any tabletop RPG, there's always going to be a favorite class. I asked Newman who the frontrunner is at the moment, and the answer hardly comes as a shock. From playtesting, Arthur has been very strong, he laughs. I mean, who wouldn't want to roleplay as Ben Starr for a few hours? She'll never paint again. Letty brings something very unique to the table. She's the only one with no damaging abilities, but she can play a really strong supportive role. As a bard and cleric player in D&D, I think I know who I'll be going for. That's fascinating. A character with no damaging options whatsoever. That's something we've really never seen in a TTRPG, at least not a major TTRPG like Pathfinder or D&D. Everyone usually has something they can do to protect themselves. Even bards and clerics get offensive options. But in a squad-based game like Warframe, it makes sense that one of the characters would be there just to make everybody else purely stronger. You can obviously build that way in PF2 and Starfinder, but it's not the norm. This module is going to launch in October of this year, and I'm jealous because it's going to be playable at Gen Con this year, which is in like a month. I'm so jealous of the people who are going to get to play this early. I'm definitely going to look forward to trying to play it with some of my friends. I have so many games I need to play. This caught me so out of left field. I had no idea Paizo was even working on collabs like this, and if they're working on this one, that means they could be working on others, and that's what I want to ramble about really, really quickly. I think there's something that Paizo is now doing and could continue doing, which is going to set them apart from Dungeons and Dragons. D&D as a whole tends to do collabs with itself and within Hasbro Wizards properties. You know, we got the Magic the Gathering D&D set a few years ago, and of course there's things that break this rule. You know, Stranger Things is the thing that launched D&D into the mainstream alongside Critical Role. It's not that they don't collab outside of their own existence, they just don't do it that often, and when they do, they don't make a big deal of it. I think what Paizo could do in the going future is more of these collabs, especially connecting with the video game world, not just by making Pathfinder video games, but by using existing games and bringing them to Pathfinder, bringing them to Starfinder, or bringing Path and Starfinder to those games. More collabs, more cross-pollination of audience. That's the key to growth in modern day. It's obviously a lot more complicated than that, but if you get video gamers to play your TTRPGs and you get your TTRPG players to play those video games, it's great for everybody involved, and I think it is a great idea that Paizo could use to step themselves up and stand out from the crowd even more. Curious to hear what you think in the comments. I love the amount of intent behind this collab. Like they were talking about in the news article, like, oh, anybody can take SpongeBob and put them into Fortnite. But this is a non-canon, universe-accurate module being playable in a brand new system for from a video game. I think that's sick. There's a lot of thought into this. Paizo's writing it, but Digital Extremes is editing it. There's so much to this. And I can't wait to see how it turns out. If this goes well, a lot of people buy it, and it gets a lot of hubbub and talk, I think we could see the beginning of a very cool future for Paizo, Pathfinder, and Starfinder. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, no nat ones.